Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. John Kelly for Options University on Sunday, November 20th, 2011. First, the disclaimer. Trading always has been, always will be risky. And in this day and age, with politicians being what they are here and overseas, you're about to see. It's just past 6 o'clock on Sunday evening. The markets have opened. The news has been out today, and the markets are down big. There was a pre-announcement by a Democratic representative that the Stupor Committee will announce on Monday their failure to reach an agreement on a $1.2 trillion debt reduction. The market's not happy. It's down. The S&P, Fitch, and Moody's have threatened to further downgrade U.S. debt rating. We'll see how all this plays out, but it's going to be a short week, but it's going to be an exciting week. So, also, to add to that, Europe, Antonios Samaras, one of the triumvirate, the three-way political leadership in Greece, indicated on Friday and again on Saturday and again today he will not sign the agreement that the ECB wants, guarantees in exchange for releasing $11 billion in euros, which Greece needs to avoid default. But he will give his word that he will honor the agreement. Everybody's kind of in a confused state as to, okay, what now? The ECB president, Mr. Draghi from Italy, wants the ECB to use the EFSF funds, the Economic Financial Security Funds that they boosted from 200 billion euro to a trillion euro, which is only about 3 trillion euros short of being able to backstop all their debt. He wants the ECB to loan to the IMF the funds from the EFSF so the IMF can turn around and buy bonds of Greece, Italy, Spain, so on and so forth. Now, the reason the ECB can't do that is in their constitution that they can't do that. And the Germans are objecting to them doing just that because right now the ECB is buying Italian bonds, not Spanish bonds. They figure if they can stop the run on the Italian bonds that Spain will be okay. So this really comes down to, if you want to understand what's going here, the CDS, the credit default swaps. People were using these to hedge against the bonds, the sovereign bonds of Greece and Italy and Spain, in exchange for taking on that debt and the good word and faith of those politicians that those bonds would eventually be paid off. And then the banks agreed, international banks agreed with the Greek situation to take a 50% haircut on the bonds, the debts, in exchange for holding on to their credit default swaps, their CDSs. Well, other international investors now are saying they don't want anything to do with anything, and they're selling their bonds and the credit default swaps. Everything is moving. The bonds yields are moving higher and higher. The U.S. banks, which started 2012 with about $81 billion in euro sovereign debt from Greece, Italy, Spain, so on and so forth, managed to increase their holdings from January of this year to July of this year to $518 billion. So there is exposure there and contagion. How this will play out, I don't think it's going to be a dull week. What's the week present to us? Other than a very exciting opening tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock will be existing home sales, expecting 485 million. Before the open, Tyson Food report. After the close, Hewlett Packard, Jack in the Box, and we get a host of solar companies, starting with JKS and Trinity Solar. On Tuesday morning, we'll also see Campbell Soup, and after the close, Nuon and Pandora. But also on Tuesday, we'll get the revised GDP. They gave an estimate initially on it of 2.5%. They expect it to be revised down to 2.3%. Wednesday is the slew of news. Hold your hat. Here we go. Weekly jobless claims, core PCI price index, consumer spending, consumer income, durable goods, Michigan sentiment, and crude inventories by 10:30. And before the open, we have Deere reporting, Diana Shipping, Hormel Foods, and Yingli will also report. So if we can get through Monday, if we can get through what the Super Committee has failed to do, unless there's a political hot potato being tossed out there or a grenade before Wednesday, if the Democrats are pressuring the Republicans to come across on this deal, there may be political maneuvering going on here. Imagine that. Then on Thursday, we finally get to eat our turkey and watch our football. Friday, no news releases, no earnings, and the market closes at 1 in the afternoon. Here's your current base recount list, and we have some trade ideas based on how the market and the news came out this weekend, which we'll look at in the gold member section next.